Chapter 2, Markets and Segmentation. Markets. Most markets have what you want in them, they just aren't designed for you to get it easily. From the stock market to the grocery store, you have to go through a maze to get what you want. When designing stores, there is a phenomenon known as the Gruen transfer or Gruen effect. It happens when shoppers enter a store and the confusing layout disorients them, causing them to forget what they originally came to buy. This makes you more likely to make impulsive purchases. This is why candy is often placed near cash registers, while the more necessary items like bread are placed at the back of the store. The junk will be in your face and make you crave it so that you waste more time and money. Settling for junk makes you less hungry. It creates a terrible habit of settling for short-term satisfaction. Taking the time to plan and navigate confusion starves your ego and makes you more hungry. The harder a fish bites the bait, the easier it gets hooked. It's cheaper and faster to buy snacks, but they don't fulfill you. Preparing a meal costs more and takes longer, but it lasts longer. Once finished, a meal will sustain you, feed more people, and be better for you in the long run. This is the same as any career, relationship, or business. Settling for the first thing you see can keep you from getting what you envision. Failing to make a clear choice before arriving causes actions that end up feeling like mistakes. Understanding what to look for and keeping it in sight is like having a shopping list. Compare having a list in a store to having a vision board, affirmations, prayers, etc. When you stay focused, you find your fortune. Shopping lists. The more clear and definite you make your picture then, and the more you dwell upon it, bringing out all its delightful details, the stronger your desire will be. And the stronger your desire, the easier it will be to hold your mind fixed upon the picture of what you want. The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. The observer effect in quantum mechanics states that the act of observation changes the state of particles. The change in the behavior of particles being measured by scientists when they are observed illustrates the observer effect. The mere act of observing the particles changes the outcome of the experiment. This shows that observation has an impact on the state of an unseen force, highlighting a fundamental principle in quantum mechanics that the state of a system can be influenced by the act of measurement. Creating a list of desired outcomes is a powerful application of the observer effect. Given the fact that focusing on your desired outcome causes unseen particles to react as long as you observe it, the more you observe it, the more you change the outcome. Simplified, your dreams, hopes, and thoughts are only particles in your mind. When you stop thinking about something, it disappears until you think of it again. The more you focus on it, the more you'll shape the reality of a similar event going on in your head. You can use focused observation to shape your financial reality by visualizing your goals and desires through images and words. This keeps your targets at the forefront of your mind. This constant observation influences your subconscious mind, guiding your actions and decisions toward achieving these goals. In order for there to be motivation, there must be a motive. Brian Tracy in The Universal Laws of Success and Achievement. Knowing that markets and much of the world are set up to distract you and make you impulsive can be motivation to focus on what you want. The fact that people profit from your confusion shows that you can profit from concentration. Taking the time to first know what you need from the market keeps you from getting lost in the maze. Getting through the maze without submitting to your hunger is easier when you're constantly envisioning your list and hungry for what you came for. Sections. The inability to find what you're looking for leads you to unfamiliar sections or markets. This often makes people lose their taste for the meal in mind. This is when it's important to focus not just on your hunger but your principles. Taking longer and paying more to grow is a great investment. The best market for you might not be the closest to you. You might be forced to take a longer route, but it usually takes a great distance to make a great difference. You'll never make it far by staying too close to what you know. Although it's cheaper, it costs you more in the long run. Whether it's bad investments, bad relationships, etc., the closest thing to you is not always the best and is usually a test of your mental strength. Familiarity builds confidence, but that confidence confines you to your area of expertise. Wanting new things requires learning new things. When you learn new things, it helps you do new things. Two things poor investors never overcome are looking lost and looking stupid. You'll always look lost to people who can't see what you're looking for. The poor investors will look around briefly and walk out due to the fear of embarrassment or mistakes. Shopping. If you don't know your way around or see anyone to ask for help, you have to figure it out yourself. Although this is time-consuming, it allows you to see down the other aisles for when you return to prepare something different. If you do see or know someone who can help you when you get there, you can get done quicker. However, them taking you directly to what you're looking for limits your perspective on the market. Getting conditioned to look for help can stop you from seeing things for yourself. Whether you want to make a meal or a $1,000,000 dollars, people can give you their way of making it, but you have to put it together yourself. Success and meals hit different when you add your own sauce. It's more important to look for what you need than spend too much time looking for help. Sometimes people are unavailable and it takes more time to find someone than the item itself. With or without help, navigating any unfamiliar situation in a rush can be overwhelming. It keeps people in a scarcity mindset in fear that they're always missing out. This makes them hoard and follow the long lines instead of going to self-checkout. When you go to stores, you can notice that more often than not there are long lines in certain lanes while others are empty. This is because people blindly follow the crowd, costing themselves more time and money than necessary. In a crowd, every sentiment and act is contagious and contagious to such a degree that an individual readily sacrifices his personal interest to the collective interest. Gustave Le Bon in The Crowd, A Study of the Popular Mind. When you stop and look around, you can often see a shorter or faster line. In most markets, crowds usually divert attention from value to hype. Without sticking to your list and principles, it's easy to lose sight of your focus and get sucked into buying something worthless. If what you need is available, there is no rush and no need to make substitutions. Every market is fully stocked and has more than what you need. If it's unavailable for you, then you may have to wait or return. Sections. Most fail trying to beat the market, but it's not a fight or race. People shouldn't know what's on your shopping list, and you shouldn't focus on theirs. The way to succeed in any market is to know what you want from it, learn where to find it, and be willing to pay the price. A real-life example of the market scenario is the true story of a guy named Pei, who turned $20 into $20,000. Pei started off investing in Robinhood with an initial deposit of $20. He used a strategy of buying undervalued stock. His principle was to get the highest value for the cheapest price. He did this by studying specific markets, researching where each company ranked within them. For over 5 months, he added more money and bought more shares. Understanding markets comes into play by knowing that the stock's value is not based only on its place in the market, but also on its place in its industry and other factors. His outlook was that the stock market is like a grocery store. Although everything is in one market, there are different aisles, shelves, and sales. In the stock market, you have sectors like technology, healthcare, utilities, and so on. Walmart, for example, might be a top stock, but its business is based on selling other businesses' products. They offer soap sections, produce, and more. Each section has top-selling items, and each item has a manufacturer. You probably can't buy a Walmart, but you can buy the items in it. Similarly, you can't buy all the shares of Walmart, but you can afford the shares of many of the smaller companies it does business with. This perspective was important to get his money's worth. Although some of the safer bets were stocks like Walmart, his budget was initially $20, and one share of Walmart stock was over $30. Unable to afford his preference, he was able to still invest with his principles. If Walmart is a safe bet, that means that the main products it offers are too. Breaking down what components make up a good market allows you to mentally stroll down aisles, not being fooled or deterred by high prices. Price is influenced by public perception, news, and hype, which might not always reflect its true value. Prices can drop sharply due to temporary factors, but the item itself could still be solid. This allowed him to understand that although he couldn't afford the most expensive stocks in the market, he could find high-value options in other sectors. Sales and stock dips can trigger a sense of urgency and excitement. This don't-miss-out mentality can lead both consumers and investors to make quick decisions. No matter what the price of a building is, the building and property themselves don't physically change with the price. The intrinsic value of a building, including its structure, location, and functionality, remains constant regardless of market fluctuations. Real value in investments is often tied to qualities that are not easily quantifiable, such as historical significance and unique characteristics. These elements contribute to the asset's true worth, but may not be reflected in its market price. The more you learn about your investment's place in the market, the more you can see through the current price. Regardless of the price of a stock, it is still a percentage of the company. Thus, buying a percentage of the company includes thinking as if you had the opportunity to own the whole company and what the company would be worth if it was acquired. Pei benefited from this way of thinking within the first month of investing. He purchased shares of a mall for around $10 share. But based on the value of the property, the mall was worth at least $25 share. The mall was purchased by a bigger company and he was paid 34 share, earning 3x his principal. He ended up investing more and flipping his money until his original $20 reached 5 figures. By using the everyday perspective of markets, he was able to find his way through and get what he came for. Many people in the market panic when the prices of things drop, despite the value still being there. Markets have sales on specific items, while the stock market has price fluctuations that might present buying opportunities if a stock's price dips. However, in stocks and other business opportunities, the majority of your peers will panic when the price drops. The same people will also buy in bulk when the prices of non-essential items, clothing, and technology decrease. A person who doesn't understand value in life will always strive to get more of less. This mentality leads them to have more friends, but less closeness, more relationships, but less time invested. This carries over to buying more items with less value. A majority of people think like this, and the ups and downs in prices of all markets reflect it. If people stood firm on their value, the markets would be less volatile. Understanding this allows you to navigate sales, bear markets, bull markets, recessions, etc., and get the best deals. Your mind is the market of your thoughts, and people are looking to buy whatever you have in store. If your mind is full of junk, that's what you have to offer and what you get in exchange. When you go up and down the aisles of your mind, you can see what you have to offer. If you recycle other people's ideas, you'll get treated like a thrift store. If you offer valuable skills and information, you'll be treated like a bank. Depending on how well you advertise, you can raise your price, but all of your skills are included in your mental market. Although you cannot remove certain items in your mental inventory, nothing is stopping you from expanding and outnumbering unwanted thoughts with desires. Also, there are no rules that you have to frequent the same aisles. Your mind is the market, but you are the store manager. You can expand your mind and reorganize it at will. You can do markups and markdowns on whatever you have to offer, releasing what you no longer value and raising the price on access to certain thought behaviors and skills. Your mind is a microcosm of the world, and when you realize that and become your highest self, you can reach the highest shelves of life.
Merzeal.